afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Gbagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines. Blame government, not teachers, for student poor performance in WAEC, says Ogun NUT. Agbekoya peace movement vows to tackle insecurity in Southwest. Nigerian Customs Service detains officer for exposing booming petrol smuggling business to Niger Republic, Cameroon. Bandit kill vigilante, 4 others in Benue community. And lastly on sport, Eagles 23-man squad for Portugal friendly unveiled. Now the news in detail. The Nigeria Union of Teachers has attributed the poor academic performance of students from public schools in the West African Examination Council WAEC to the government's negligence in the provision of a conducive teaching learning environment in school across the states. The chairman of Ogun State chapter of NUT, Abiodun Akinola, told Platform Times in an exclusive interview, insisting that the government's provision is a key determinant of success and students' academic performance. He noted that the government has failed to facilitate an effective and efficient learning process in the schools. He urged Nigerians to desist from blaming the teachers who are faced with overcrowded classrooms with lack of teaching aids that are supposed to be provided by government. He said, we should not shy away from our wrongdoings. The assessment of the performance of the teachers is through their handwork, which is the performance of the learners. They will only do a little within their reach and the rest will be left to the students. So, where we have a very reasonable number of students under a teacher, go and assess the performance of those students and compare it with the performance of where we have a large number of students under a teacher. To the next story. Agbekoya Peace Movement of Nigeria yesterday vowed to tackle the protracted spate of insecurity, including kidnapping and killings in the southwest. The Yoruba security outfit made this known in Lagos during a peaceful road walk organized by the leadership of the group to respond to the various security threats on all roads across the region. The peaceful road walk began at the Lagos toll gate and climaxed at the border linking Lagos and Ogun State respectively. Speaking during the exercise, the national spokesman of the group, Comrade Iretiayomide Adewole, stated that the reason for the peaceful road walk was to express the group's concerns over the spate of insecurity across the southwest, especially Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ibadan-Ife Road, and all borders linking the southwest region to the north. He said also that the Yoruba security outfit had a national outlook, with members spreading across the southwest region and beyond. Moving on to the next story from the Nigeria Customs Service. Multiple sources on Friday told Sahara reporters that the officer attached to the Federal Operations Unit Zone D in Adamawa State had been arrested and detained. Owombo Shegun John, an officer of the Nigeria Customs Service (NCS), who raised the alarm on how refined petroleum products, especially the premium motor spirits (PMS), otherwise called petrol, is being smuggled to Cameroon, Chad, and Niger Republic and other African countries, has been detained. Owombo, a superintendent of Customs (SC), in the video had narrated how he arrested so many smugglers on Wednesday, November 2nd, at Malabo checkpoint on Belen Road, Adamawa State. He, however, said senior officials of the NCS called in to release the suspect. Multiple sources on Friday told our reporters that the officer attached to the Federal Operation Unit Zone D in Adamawa State had been arrested and detained. He has been detained by the controller over the video, a source told Sahara reporters. Daily, at least 42 million liters of petrol are smuggled out of Nigeria at the resulting cost of about 2 billion naira, according to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). In November 2019, the NCS announced a directive that restricted petroleum products from being supplied to fuel stations within 20 kilometers of the borders. Prior to that, the NNPC had raised the alarm about the increasing number of filling stations in border towns, saying they were funnels for fuel smuggling to neighboring countries. With millions of Nigerians grappling with periodic fuel shortages, the porous borders spanning over 17,000 kilometers make it possible for the product to be smuggled to these neighboring countries easily. According to a recent report by Dostewell DW, a German public state-owned international broadcaster. Smugglers are having a field by selling Nigerian fuel at cheaper rates than the conventional petrol stations in Cameroon. Moving to the next story. Bandits have reportedly killed 5 people in Peva village, Katsina Ala local government area of Benue State. Locals said the affected village in Katsina Ala borders communities in Takum LGA of Taraba State. They identified those killed to include an official of community volunteer guards and 4 other persons who were gunned down at a market in the area. A villager identified simply as Antave told correspondent on the telephone that the bandits may have trailed the volunteer guard to a drinking joint in the market for allegedly giving security operations information about their bandit activities. He said the incident happened in Peva community, which borders Taraba State, through Katsina Ala. An official of community volunteer guards known as Oliver was shot by the bandit alongside 4 others. We heard that the bandit had been on his trail for a while because they accused him of being an informant to security operatives in the area. Oliver, was believed to be bandit's target. The bandit, numbering up to 5, arrived at a joint in the market where Oliver was with 4 others in a tinted vehicle. It was a market day and the bandit, on sighting him, opened fire on him and others at the drinking joint and succeeded in killing him and 4 others. Several people were injured and now receiving treatment at the hospital. The bandit, however, escaped. The police public relations officer, SP Catherine Anene, did not respond to calls or text messages sent to her calls. To complete the story is coming from the sports news. Super Eagles of Nigeria head coach Jose Peseiro has unveiled his 23-man squad for the international friendly game against 2022 World Cup bound Portugal in Lisbon on Thursday, 17th November. The list of invited players was announced by the Nigeria Football Federation's Communication Department yesterday. Among some of the notable names are Captain William Truth Ekong, Francis Uzoho and midfielder Wilfred Indidi, Calvin Bassi, Kelvin Akpoguma, Joe Aribo, Alex Iwobi, Moses Simon, Ademola Lukman, and Victor Osimhen. The quartet of Ogenekaro Etebo, Tyrone Ebweyi, Paul Onuachu, and Olisa Nda are making a return to the team. Meanwhile, Portuguese-based Bruno Onyemaechi and Fenerbahce's bright Osai Samuel are called up for the first time to make their nationals representation for Nigeria. That ends the national news from VGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. Blame government, not teachers, for students' poor performance in WAEC, says Ogun NUT. Agbekoya Peace Movement vows to tackle insecurity in Southwest. We also brought to you Nigeria Customs Service detained officer for exposing booming petrol smuggling business to Niger Republic, Cameroon and Chad. And finally, on sports, Eagles 23-man squad for Portugal friendly unveiled. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Babagbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good afternoon.